Mama Red.
Yeah, I am here.
Okay, guys, please mute out. I want to hear from Mama Red.
Well, how you guys doing? Um, the title, should black fathers accept their gay trans sons? Okay, hashtag do wait. Um, I'm not with the blackness thing. Someone else came on here earlier today and said that that's just a color, and it is. And I'm really more thinking about the sons. How is it that any father won't allow their child to bloom? They haven't even grown pubic hairs, or I mean, they're changing every day, and now the only way that they can achieve their goal of being trans is going to have to be medically assisted. So it seems to me like it's just a plan of the medical in order to reduce the population of any community by sterilization. It's just another form of sterilization. It's another form to me of GMO. How can any mother, grandkids, when this type of thing is happening, how can any father, someone said they had a child and then someone else said, well, you weren't, gay, but I mean,
That was me.
there are places where it's not accepted. My son just got back from Ghana, and he said there are no gay people walking around anywhere. He said he's not. I mean, he said that it's not like he thinks that there aren't any there, but they're not out uh, fighting for their rights or even walking on the streets and being seen in the open. Now, as far as people talking about the Bible and what's accepted, I don't see anything in the Bible of God or Jesus that promotes any type of union between a man and a woman, because neither one of them ever had a woman, and God shunned women all the time. So it seems that according to the Bible, I would say that it promotes gayness. You never see anything with Jesus is with any woman. You only see him with men. I'm just
He
reading it.
hung with Mary Magdalene. That was his woman, but that's another story altogether. I
Okay.
believe
You
Mary
never
Magdalene was his
That
seen
woman.
wasn't his
you never
woman.
seen
That
God.
was
Hey,
his
That's
one
woman.
not
mic, one
confirmed.
mic,
That's the
one
man
mic,
You
who
never
wrote
one,
that
That
saw
was
one
book,
his
Holy
God.
mic.
woman.
Mother.
Yo, one mic. When
Hey, if
she
y'all
is
hear
done,
us say one mic, let it be one mic. And if
yeah,
Mama wants to finish what she's saying, let Mama finish what she's saying. Everybody just keep their mic muted and respect the flow. Go
yeah.
ahead,
When
Mama.
she's done, I will have like Captain respond to her. Guys, if you want to share the room, please be sure to do so. Thank you. Go ahead, Mama Red.
I'm hearing that Jesus was with Mary Magdalene, but if it's about marriage, there was no marriage between no woman, and there was no conception. Jesus did not have any heirs, no sons, no daughters, no history of marriage or love between a man and a woman. No love story there. So when someone said, do you fault a person because something happened to them, say like being raped, and then, how can you fault a person? But I see in my research and books, and I'm going to end it here, that this is a plan that's been going on for so many decades in order to reduce the population. And it's not all over the world. It's mostly, to me, I think it's centered here in the United States, because this is the new world. And if the doctors stop supplying the drugs that you have to take in order to transform then you won't have this. Stop the doctors from doing this. Let's see how far a trans can get without those doctors. This is Red Star.
Thank you, Mama.
Can
Captain,
you
can
put me in
you
the queue,
I'd,
Kim?
I'd like
I'd like
to
to respond
respond.
to that.
Kim says, can you put me in the queue too, please?
yes, ma'am. Captain, do you want to clarify the Bible part, please?
No, he wants
The
to pass the Captain
only part I heard about the Bible part was
Oh,
when
go
she was
ahead.
talking about Jesus. But I didn't hear the whole thing. So, Chaataza, you can answer it if you heard the whole thing.
Captain Chapstick, let me
Hold on.
Please
answer to
mute
you.
up,
Wait.
Kay.
Everybody relax. Listen, Kim clearly asked for the Bible part to be answered, and then of course y'all can speak. I'm going to yield it to Chaataza because I didn't hear it, but Chaataza does follow the Bible, so he can speak, and then y'all can go after that. Chaataza, you got the floor.
Thank you. Um, one, the Bible is the only cultural book on the planet that has actual laws about sexual orientation inside that society.
It's
That it
not
is the
true.
only civilization on the face of the planet that has made sexual orientation. That when you about who you can love and who you cannot love, all of that is written inside of the laws of the Bible. Now, outside of that, you know what I'm saying, with something else that the sister said, was she brings up Christ. You know what I'm saying? Christ is not the only man in the Bible. And there are plenty of marriages, there are plenty of scriptures, there are plenty of passages that all have to do with not only relationships between a man and a woman, but I'm talking about marriages between a man and a woman. What governs them? What constitutes a good marriage? What constitutes a bad marriage? What constitutes a good partner, man or woman? All of that is contained inside the scriptures. So the Bible absolutely not only promotes a man and woman inside of marriage, you know what I'm saying, but it's the only book that we have that can actually govern a relationship properly if we decide to follow it. Um, Now, just to respond, because I believe this room was about Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade is a horrible father. Terrible, absolutely a horrible father. It's like if I turned around and wanted my son to be a lion and put him in a lion suit and would not allow him to speak English, he could only growl and only eat raw meat, I would be in jail for child abuse. But Dwayne Wade is being celebrated for taking his son and turning him into a daughter. And I wonder if they're trying to push him to mutilate himself and remove his genitals. Because anywhere else in the world, if I went in there and said, hey, just amputate my arm, is there a medical reason for it? No, I'm a handless man born in a body with hands. I need you to take my hands. They would think I'm insane. But in America, Obamacare will cover your sex change. This is mental illness at its finest.
I do
Hey,
just
one
want to
last
name
thing
you
before we
can do
go to the
body
floor.
alterations though
Before
in this country.
before we go to the open floor, the part about referencing Christ as gay, I don't understand why that was
She
brought into
didn't
the
she didn't
context
say
because
that, Captain.
she said he only hung with men.
Oh,
That's what she said.
I can confirm what I said. It's very simple. It's
Hmm.
only what you read. I said that there is no
Hmm.
evidence in the Bible, there's no example,
Hmm.
okay, of Christ or God
Hmm.
having any relations with women. Only
When you say
make
relations, you talk about in a marriage
I'm talking
environment.
about in any type of sexual way,
That's what I mean,
whether it
right?
be marriage, whether it be but Jesus never, you don't see any examples where you can say that you're married because of Jesus. There's no example of Jesus ever being married, ever being with a woman, never had any kids, doesn't know how to
Okay, and
raise
you
kids.
saying that,
Jesus was
to
not
say
a
what
parent
about?
and doesn't know how to raise
Hey,
kids.
Mama, you saying that to say what exactly?
I'm saying that to say that this is the type of thing that confuses people when you see
Why?
people like this kid,
No,
becoming.
no, just welcome me for a second, Mama. You brought up that Christ didn't have no sexual relationship, meaning he wasn't married to any woman, which is correct. It doesn't state that in the Bible. how does that go with this subject of homosexuality? That's what I'm
Like,
trying to
how come they
understand.
never bring up Prophet Muhammad and Allah? It's always Jesus. Like, let's stop. That's kind of.
Yeah, yeah, I just want to see what. Yeah, I just want to see
I
what
can
was the
bring up
point of
any of
reference.
them because I've read them
No,
and I
no, but
studied them.
Mama,
But
Mama, I
on
just
this,
want to get the point. Yeah, I just want to get
I
why.
want to answer your point.
Yeah,
These are
okay, I
nothing.
appreciate it.
When you hear people saying that they're gay or they're trans, they would
Hmm.
more be following after Jesus than they would anyone else,
How would they be doing that? Because
because
Christ
Jesus's
wasn't with a man
example
either.
is not to marry anyone, not to have
Okay,
any
but
children. And what
okay,
I'm
so here's
saying,
it,
hold on
Mama.
for
One
one
second,
second.
Mama. No, no, you
Okay,
hold on for 1 second because
okay,
that's extremely
okay.
disrespectful to
To
those that
who?
follow after to those that follow after Christ. Because just because you're not with a woman doesn't mean that you identify with gay people. That makes absolutely no. That's like if a woman is not having sex with a man, is she now a lesbian? No, she's just somebody that's not having sex with men. So we're not going to do that to Christ in the Bible because it doesn't show him being physically involved with a woman. Where is that the criteria to being straight or gay? That is not a criteria that we're going to put in the text. Now, if you got a text that shows Christ was with a man, then fine, but we're not going to imply that on Christ.
What I'm saying to you is, and
No, you're
to
not saying
everybody is,
anything if you can't show it.
and
We're
this is
going
the
to move forward.
problem.
You could
This is
just,
the problem.
you can't
I
then
don't
show it.
have to show it because
Yes,
it's
you
not.
do. You just made an
No,
accusation of
no.
Christ being
There's
able
no
to associate
accusation.
with
It's
gay.
only
You
facts.
just said
I said
show me the
facts.
fact that he's gay. Show it.
I said those are gay. Those are gay traits, is what I said.
How is it a gay
It is.
trait?
It's a gay
Because you
trait
have
to
because there's no
never.
biblical record of him being. Matter of fact, the closest that you have of him likening the kingdom of heaven is what, Mama? What's the closest thing he likened the kingdom of heaven to? What is it?
You tell me. We both know.
No, you brought up Christ being gay. Give me what he said. Give me the parable he gave on a man having the kingdom of heaven. What was it?
I said you tell me, and we'll both know. Tell everybody.
Well, I know, but since you're trying to
You
be matter
tell
of factly about
everyone.
Christ, okay, so here's where I can shut your mouth on this particular subject and we can move forward. In Matthews 25 and 1, it says, Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. So here you have Christ in a parable that you trying to make gay, liken the kingdom of heaven to one man being able to marry 10 women. Out of those 10, they married five because they kept their oil lamps there. There is no gay reference that you could put on Christ. So
Wait
we
a
don't
minute.
have to do that just to make a point.
What? One doesn't even match up with another. Who the hell is Matthew? Matthew is not
Now
Jesus.
you
You
see,
didn't
then
say
you
any
shouldn't
words of
even be talking
Jesus.
about Christ at all. Listen, if you don't want to
We
fuck with
talked about
Matthew, hey
Matthew.
mama, if you don't want to fuck with Matt, he's not Matthew is quoting what Christ said.
Who is
What you're
Matthew?
referencing, 1 second, don't do that now because you just
What are
got
you
cut
talking
too
about?
pissed.
Jesus
I'm
came
gonna
back
tell
with
you
12
exactly
dudes.
what you're doing. One
Jesus was
second.
gone
Hey,
for a
where did you
long
read that
time
from?
and came
You
back
read
with
that from
12
the book of
dudes.
Matthew. Now when I show you the same book of Matthew, what he likened the kingdom of heaven to, now you want to question Matthew.
I
Don't use
question
Matthew when
all
it's
of them because
convenient.
all of them are
No, don't
questionable.
question Matthew when it's convenient for you.
I
Stay with
questioned all of
Matthew.
them, but you didn't want to know that.
We'll move.
What I said is
No,
this.
you
See if this
no
makes any
problem. But
sense
you
to you.
don't quote from the book at all. Here's what you should do. You shouldn't quote from the book at all if when you try to make a point and I show you what Christ like in the kingdom of heaven to, now you want to question the book and subject that you brought. You show that you're childish in conversation. So let's just move forward within the conversation. Christ was not gay. There's no text that says it, but he does say the kingdom of heaven is like a man marrying 10 women. We'll
All
move forward in the
right,
Okay,
all
conversation
right,
fine.
now.
all
Thank
right,
you.
all right,
Again,
all
because
right.